sou Maria das Dores, moro em Ulianópolis, Pará. Cultivo rosa do deserto desde 2016, mas em 2020 conheci o canal de Apolônia Grade, aprendi a cuidar das minhas belezas. Tenho essa coleção maravilhosa, saudável, graças a Apolônia Grade. Obrigada, Apolônia.
Hello, how are you? I am the Adenium Guy, and today we are gonna talk about the 3 basic laws to cultivate the roses of the desert roses, the Adenium. Have you ever heard the saying, you are just a plant with complicated feelings? Well, there's a lot of truth to this saying. The first law of the roses of the desert is those plants need a lot of space, a lot of ventilation, and a lot of sunlight. But it needs to be the early morning sunlight. Sun of the afternoon is very strong. Here where we live, where it's basically under the equatorial line. So the sun here is very strong and can hurt us humans, can give us sunburn. Well, it's just like that for the plants. They need a lot of sun, but morning sun. When it's not so strong, it's much more bearable, and it does a lot more good for them. You see, here is where the plant keeps their water, their nutrients, so they can have those beautiful flowers. And if they get direct sunlight, direct afternoon sunlight on their caudex, they're gonna get sunburned just like us. But if they get no sun at all, they'll get depressed, just like us. So it's very important to have an equilibrium. Sunlight of the morning. They also need lots of wind, lots of ventilation. Not exactly strong winds, because that will also hurt them, but like this, an open space with no blockage for the wind. With a lot of space so they can stretch, It's very bad when we keep all sides together. We need to stretch, they need to stretch. This is the very first law of the roses of the desert. Oh, and a more general tip. You know the plants that we all see in the movies, in the television, where they keep the plants on the bathroom window, that small window that lets the light come in? It's very bad for them. No plant can survive in there. It's very wet for them, no matter what plant is it. There's no wind, there's very little light. So if you keep your plant in your bathroom window, it's going to suffer. General tip, don't keep your plants in there. Here we are now to talk about the second law. This law is about the substract, the earth, but not really the earth, because you see, the desert roses, they come from Africa, and they have a very different soil from the rest of the world. I mean, every country has its very specific soil. So if you just grab a plant from another country and plant it on the earth, directly on your earth, it's very likely not going to survive. So you need to use specific substracts for a specific plant. Particularly for the desert roses, we need something like that. That's very open, it doesn't stick together, It's full of pieces, it's not dust. It's not something that if you press together, it's not gonna stick. It needs to be something that's easy for the water to come through. Something that doesn't stick the water, because even though their name is desert roses, they need water, and a lot of water. But if this water starts accumulating in your plant, in your vase, your plant is going to drown. It needs to be something that allows for water flowing, something that doesn't stick, something that doesn't become mud, something that dry off very well. And here we're gonna now talk about the third law. You see, this is a perfect example of what not to do. It's a learning lesson. So we went and did it the wrong way, so you can see us doing it the right way. You see, the desert roses, they need this kind of vase that are shallow, they're not deep, and they're very large. They're very like that. They have a big mouth and small feet. So here we have another example. This is what you shouldn't do. This is what you should do. This is our cat, one of them. He loves to appear on our videos, our greatest star. So you see here how it's very deep, the vase, and very small on width. I don't know that word. So this is how it needs to be kept. Shallow vase with a large mouth and small feet. Why? Well, these plants' roots, they need to spread out, just like us. No one likes to keep their feet all pressed together. It's the very same thing for them. They need to spread out, they need to go to the sides, and they cannot just go straight down. Otherwise, they won't be capable of absorbing all the nutrients in the water, all the nutrients they receive. And it will likely accumulate water and drown your plant again. So there's two. The second law and the third law are both important because of the water, because we don't want our plant to drown. So now that you've seen what you can't do and where you need to keep them, we are going to show you how to transplant them, how to take it from this vase to this vase. It's actually very simple. You start with a small layer of the substrate, so the plant doesn't keep very low, because you see the plant, this part of the plant needs to be a bit above the vase. So we put some substrate here. We take it from this vase, not very hard, but both of our thumbs here and push, and it comes out. Very easy.
Mais substrato.
So bit more. Mon is over here telling me how to do it exactly. I'm not doing it alone. So we keep it like that. You see here, you see how it's keeping this form? That's because of its roots. You see, even though it's this substrate, it's kinda sticking together because of the plant's roots. So we don't need to destroy it. We just put it here. And now we put some substrate around it because it's a lot easier that way. If you want, you can go ahead and destroy it, but there's really no need for that. So you put a bit here, a bit over there, and you keep going until you can see it's leveled. You know, it's not sticking out too much. A bit here. Turn the vase around, press just a little bit, not too much. Like here, like that. Then you put that. Then you look at your mother and ask if it's okay. Mãe, tá tudo bem? Tá boa assim?
Tá ótimo. Vamos colocar.
You get your mother's approval. You get the identification. You put it here. And that is how you do it. Very simple, very easy, no problems. If you have any doubts, any comments and suggestions, tell us. I will personally answer you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you want, and keep watching for us because there will be more videos. Oh, one more thing. There were some complaints last video from our Brazilian watchers saying that we don't need to do that. We already have our Brazilian viewers. There's no need for jealousy. We love you all equally and we will not let you down. In fact, this video will have Portuguese subtitles just for you guys.
Se você gostou, dá o seu joinha. Se você está aproveitando o Apolo para praticar inglês, por favor, escreva em inglês a sua dúvida que o Apolo responde para você. Curte os nossos vídeos, se inscreve em nosso canal E deixa a sugestão que o Apolo tá adorando trabalhar vídeos de cultivo de rosa do deserto em inglês com todos os nossos seguidores. Beijo pra você!
Bye bye!